Hey Tamers, and welcome to another video. Today, March 24th, 2023. Happy birthday to one of my best friends. Also, starter deck Beelzemon comes out and John Wick 4 comes out. Go see that. Anyway, this deck is just stupid. It's really stupid. It's really hard to see if they're gonna ban anything with this Beelzemon deck in particular, because it's not like one card that makes this deck stupid OP. It's all of them collectively coming together. It's not like Greymon X Antibody that one card just changes the whole deck with decreasing your level 4 by 2, getting protection. It's crazy. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this really fun deck profile that I absolutely love. And here we go. Okay guys, so as you have already seen, we are doing 4 of the Pagumons from BT2. We are not doing the starter deck Yaman. Reason being is because I actually want to trash as much as possible. I know what you're thinking, well, Yaman trashes too. However, you have to have, if I'm not mistaken, Wizard and or Beelzemon in its name, or Demon Lord or something, in order for that to trigger. And it's once per turn. It is 2 cards. It's good. Do not get me wrong. We'll talk about why I play Pagumon as soon as I get into my rookies. So Pagumon, 1 attacking, trash the top card of your your security stack. Trash the top card of your deck. So the whole gimmick here is just building your trash as fast as possible, and that's it. So 4 of the Pagumons. Now for the rookies, of course, let's just start off with the new cards. The new starter deck 14. And wow, we're in starter deck 14 already. That's crazy. The Hitmon, 1 attacking if you have 20 or more cards in your trash. You may digivolve into a Beelzemon, close brackets, from your trash for a Digivolution cost of 3, ignoring its Digivolution requirement. So warping, which is really awesome. We did need an Impmon that can warp. I know we had the Beelzemon that can warp from an Impmon, but we didn't have an Impmon that can warp into Beelzemon. And what makes this amazing is that it's digivolving from the trash. So with all that trashing that's going on, you're gonna be able to warp into Beelzemon fairly quickly, so long as you have the 20 cards in your trash. And that's exactly why you need to trash really quick. The inherit here, your turn once per turn. When a card is trashed from your deck, delete one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon, which is fantastic for those floodgate cards like Gazimon, anything that prevents it from deleting, gaining memory, or just mirror matches, deleting other Impmons. Really good. So 4 of those. Then moving on, we have 4 of the BT2 on deletion Impmon. This one is just fantastic. So now here's where I'll talk about why I run the Pagumon that I run, which is this one. So this Impmon on deletion, trash the top 3 cards of your deck. So now what I like doing is, if you have the Pagumon here with the Impmon, you're gonna swing, you're trashing 1, and then if it doesn't get deleted, I don't see how, well, it happens. You'll swing into Tamers, into option cards, into memory boosts, and he doesn't get deleted, and you're like, what the hell? So then your opponent has to delete it, and or you're gonna keep attacking, obviously, but you're always gonna keep trashing 1, and you're not able to do that with Yaman, because Impmon doesn't meet that wizard requirement and or Demon Lord, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look it up. All right, so I checked up the card, and yeah, so you have to have wizard in its trait or Demon Lord, and the Impmons do not have wizard or Demon Lord. Obviously, they have evil in their traits. So what's cool is, especially with the Impmon 2 as well, if you have, let's say you have 19 cards in your trash, you can't trigger this effect because you don't have 20. Now when you swing, you have the Pagumon that's going to trash just 1, and now since they're both 1 attacking, player turn takes priority. So, and since they're both triggered at the same time, you trigger it however you please or however you want. So now you're triggering Pagumon, trash another one, making your stack to 20, and now you can trigger that and going to Beelzemon from your trash. So this is exactly why I love this Pagumon, and why I run it. So you can trash up to 4 if it gets deleted, and then you can trash up to 1 if you need to get to 20, and not to mention that 1 card you trash could be a card that gives you a memory. It could help you out, obviously. Then last but not least, I really love this new artwork for the EX2 Impmon. I changed it. So we're running 4 of these. It's probably the best Impmon to have in the deck, really, really close with the starter deck one. Just because when this gets trashed from your deck, then this triggers and you can trash up to 3 more after that. Sometimes what happens is, let's say this Impmon gets deleted, you pop 3, 2 of these get deleted, so both of these can trigger and you can trash up to 6. The downside of this one is that, let's say this one got trashed, and then from this effect, from trashing 3, you trash another one. It doesn't work. So they only trigger if it's trashed by an effect that is not their own. Keep that in mind. Then on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon card with Beelzemon in its name and 1 Ai and Mako, and then place the rest in the bottom, which is pretty good, especially if you need a Beelzemon if you want to Digivolve for whatever reason. But honestly, I don't really do his on play so much. It's just more for the trashing. And then the inherit, if this Digimon has Beelzemon in its name, it gets 3000 DP, which is awesome because the EX2 one is only 11,000 DP, so now you're swinging with 14,000 DP. And that's it for my rookie lineup. Moving on to the level 4s, champions. Let me get this out of the way real quick. We're running 4 of the promo Wizardmons. I forgot. They come in the starter deck now, and I forget. I think it's 4. Anyway, so I run 4 of these. When this card is trashed from your deck, you gain 1 memory. It's insane, because then if they leave you at 2, bam, you go to 3, and now if you warp into Beelzemon, it's still going to be returned at 0. Really, really good. Another just as good effect is its inherit. When attacking, you may reveal 1 purple card from your hand and place it on top of your deck. What's awesome about this, let's say, we have the Pagumon, and it doesn't matter which Impmon. We have this stack here, and in your hand you have one of these Impmons. When you swing, as for, let's just say this is an ultimate here. We swing. Now Wizardmon, you can activate that first before activating Pagumon because they're both when attacking. And now I'm going to place this Impmon on top of my deck, and then I'll activate Pagumon, trashing it, and now I can trash 3 more. So it really helps you with the setup. If you have another Wizardmon there, you can place it there, and now you'll gain another memory. And the combos are really, really endless with this deck, and that's what makes this deck. It's an easy deck to play, but it's not at the same time, because if you mess something up, then you kind of have to come back from it. But what makes it easy is that you can come back from it, not like, for example, Mastemon, where if they get rid of your Mastemon, you have to build all the way back up, which in here you just have the Hitmon and you just boom, warp into Beelzemon. Up next, a card that is really, really disgusting is this Witchmon. When Digivolving, you trash the top 3 cards of your deck. So what I like to do is if I'll swing with this Hitmon. If it doesn't die, I'll just Digivolve on top into a Witchmon, so I can guarantee that trashing 3. Or you could just leave it there and then keep swinging, get it deleted, or however you want to play it. But this Witchmon obviously helps you build trash. And then the inherit, when this Digimon has Wizard or Demon Lord in its trait, it gains 2000 DP. That is fantastic because it gives your ultimates, or at least ultimates that I'm running, which are the Ballmons, and gives them 2000 DP. So now you're swinging at 9000 DP. It's pretty awesome. And then last but not least, I'm running 2 of the Porcupamon. This card it's really good. So it's a 4-cost blocker. So mind you, if they leave you at 1, let's say you brick, you got no rookies, you're just like, WTF, you'll drop the Porcupamon, leave him at 3, and now his on play, you trash 2 cards from your deck. If you end up trashing a Wizardmon, now you gain a memory, so now it only costs 3 instead of 4. So again, it's one of those things where like it kind of depends where your trash is in, but it's really nice that you on play it and you're able to trash from your deck, and it is a blocker. Really, really nice. So that's it for the champion lineup. And I do want to take a second here and ask you guys to hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't. There's a lot of you that watch my videos and don't. I get it. I watch YouTubers. I watch a lot of YouTubers, and I either forget to sub or I kind of be like, that's, so I get it. So it would mean a lot to me if you guys can just go ahead and hit that sub and like the video if you guys do like the content, because I put a lot of time and invest a lot of my time into this. Moving on into the level 5s, we got Valmon, the new one, the starter deck 14. It's really nice. So they're like, let's give now Beelzemon a pseudo protection. We'll get to it. When digivolving, you trash the top 3 cards of your deck. So that's already a plus, right? We're trashing from the deck. Then also when digivolving, this Digimon gains on deletion. If there are 10 or more cards in your trash, you may play one Beelzemon from your trash without paying for its cost until the end of your opponent's turn. It's not during your turn. It's until the end of your opponent's turn, which is really nice because you digivolve, you trash, you can swing. If you want to trash another one, Pagumon, if he gets deleted, you have 10 in the trash by that time. And you're like, okay, well, that's fine. I'll play a Beelzemon. What's also cool is it's a blanket effect. So what I mean by that is if I were to digivolve, let's say I digivolve into Balmon for 3, trash, did all that stuff. And then I digivolve into a Beelzemon, right, for 3. Obviously, it's not a Beelzemon, but you digivolve into a Beelzemon, and then you swing, and then, on your opponent's turn, let's say they delete it somehow, even if you didn't get to swing, they delete it, you still have that on deletion, play a Beelzemon because it's until the end of your opponent's turn. So now having a Beelzemon deleted, this gets deleted, you could just play it right back, essentially. Or if you have a different one, you're able to play it, however that works. But really, really nice. And then the inherit, when this Digimon has Wizard or Demon Lord and its trait gets 2000 DP. So now you have DP buffs from Witchmon and Balmon, potentially attacking with an extra 4000 DP, making Beelzemon a 15,000 hitter. It's insane. Then we're doing 4 of the regular Balmons, and I've seen some people that run either Skull Satamon, which is totally doable because you're trashing as well when you digivolve, and you get 1 card from your trash. I believe if it's a Demon Lord, he's also good. And then he also has an inherit that I can't remember. I think if you trash, you gain a memory. I could be wrong. However, I just stick with 4 Balmon. So for this Balmon, BT10, when attacking, you may trash up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. So again, more trashing. On deletion, if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, you may play 1 Beelzemon from your trash without paying for its cost. So same kind of similar effects. This one's only when digivolving, and it lasts until your opponent's turn. This one, what I love about this one is every time you attack, you can trash up to 3 cards. So if you have 18, you can trash 2 if you only want to trash 2, or trash all the 3. And more than likely, especially if you have the inherit from Witchmon here, right, you're going to be at 9 when you swing. So you're going to be at 9 when you swing. Bam, you trash 3. You're at 9. It's more than likely not going to die. And now your opponent has to deal with it. It's either, okay, you either got to delete it, or I'm going to keep swinging and keep building up my trash because every time I attack, I trash. So I really love this Balmon for that reason. Another good tech card that you can use, the reason why I don't use it is because I don't feel like you need to, is Neo Devimon. So Neo Devimon, especially with Tamer heavy, so if Cross Hearts ever comes back, you might switch to for like Neo Devimons or something like that. But the removal in this deck is crazy. The only downfall is that you really can't pop Tamers. Yet, at least. So that's kind of the only thing this deck can do, is just pop Tamers. So that's it for the level 5s, and let's move on to level 6s. Alright, for level 6s, just because it's the starter deck 14, we'll start off with those Beelzemons. We're playing 2. This card is crazy. It is really crazy. When digivolving, trash the top 4 cards of your deck all turns. Once per turn, when a card is trashed from your deck, gain 1 memory for every 10 cards in your trash. Your turn, once per turn, when a card is trashed from your deck, this Digimon gains security attack +1 for the turn. So we're going to get into some combos of how essentially you swing for 4 checks. It's really nasty. If you digivolve from the Impmon, the starter deck Impmon, if I could pull him out real quick. If you digivolve from the trash, let's say he's in the trash, you swing, it's going to cost, let's say you're at 1, it's going to cost 3 because of his effect. It's not going to cost 4, it's costing 3. So now you're at 2. If you have 20 in your trash, now you gain 2 memory, and now it's still your turn. And now you're swing, and you get to pop Impmon's inherit, deleting a level 3. Then you get the security attack +1. So now you'll swing for 2 checks. And that's essentially what this card does in a nutshell. Really, really good. And what's cool is that, let's say, you're at 3 and you already have this Beelzemon on the field, and there's no way of like trashing, because if you attack, he doesn't trash himself from effects. That's when Porcupamon come into play, and you play it for 4. If you're at 3, even at 2, you play it for 4, you go to 2, you trash, now you're triggering Beelzemon's effect, and now if you have 20 at least, you go back to 0, and now you can go ahead and swing there. So he is really good. I did run him at 3. However, we'll talk about it, but it can go either or. You don't need 4 at all. For sure, 3 max, 2 minimum, because you do want to see them. Moving on into the rest of the level 6s, the main one that I'm running 4 of the EX2 Beelzemon. And here is when I first started playing with this deck, I actually had a ratio of 3 and 3. You can do it that way if you'd like. However, because of the amount of trashing and because of what this Beelzemon does, this is just better, at least for what I'm trying to do. So Beelzemon, when it is trashed from your I was about to say security, from your deck, back to your, when it's trashed from your deck, you can play 1 Impmon in your trash for free. And it's all the Impmons that we talked about. If you want to look for a Tamer, you can play that one for sure. But really, usually you're going to be playing that one, because also you are going to be using his effect to Digivolve into a Beelzemon. And when you do that, obviously, let's say you end up attacking, going to this Beelzemon here. So then when you're Digivolving, you may trash up to 2 cards from your deck. And then for every 10 that you have in your trash, well, I'm sorry, you deleted level 3. And then for every 10 in your trash, you increase the level by 1. And if you're more than likely always going to have 2, now you're popping level 5s. And then you pop a 3 here, so now you're popping 2 Digimons. And then if you attack at a Digimon that's suspended, you're deleting up to 3 Digimon in one go. Really, really nice. I love this because it has when Digivolving and then when attacking. So if he doesn't get deleted, now we're just going to keep swinging, build my trash, pop his effect. Now I have 30 cards in the trash. Now you're deleting level 6s for just attacking. It's nuts. And that is the reason why I'm running 4 of, just because getting that aggression with throwing Hitmons on the field and, keeping these consistently there and being able to attack. And yeah, again, totally up to you how you want to do it. You can do 3 and 3. I tried 4 and 2 and I do like it. Sometimes I do wish I could see this more, but I never be like, okay, I'm seeing this card too much, because you always want to get the trash effect from this Beelzemon. Up next, we're running 1 of the Bellstar. I have a little story with this Bellstar. I'll share after I read the effect. When you would play this card from your hand, reduce the play cost by 4 for every 10 cards in your trash. All turns, once per turn, when a card is trashed from your deck, you may play 1 Impmon from your trash without paying the cost. The Digimon played by this effect gains Rush for the turn. It's insane. Now, you're like, okay, why aren't you running more than 1, right? You don't need to see it, just because it doesn't really have its own effect of, if it Digivolves or you attack, it trashes. It's only if you trigger a trashing effect that's not her. What makes her good, she's kind of like a hybrid for game, really. So with Bellstar, let's say this is your field. You have 2 cards left, or 1 security left in your opponent's deck. In order for you to win, you gotta attack twice. You have a Porcupamon. What you're gonna do is you're gonna play a Bellstar, and if you have 30 in your trash, then she's just gonna cost 1 because it reduces it by 4 for every 10. Now, her effect is not gonna trigger here because she doesn't trash. You on-play her, she doesn't trash anything. You have to get that trash going. So now, I'll attack with Porcupa here, and look what we got there. We got the Pagumon that allows you to trash. And now we're going to go ahead and either check, or when attacking, now you trash something, Bellstar comes into play. And now you can play that Impmon, because now you're actually trashing something. And you get to play either this one if you'd like, or any one at this point. If that gets deleted, now your Impmon has Rush, and now you close the game out just for playing a Bellstar for 1. So it's really nasty. The downfall is, like I said, let's say your field is clear and you know you're at 1, you could drop her, but then you can't play that Impmon because you're not gonna trash anything. There's no way for her to trash anything on her own. And keeping her at 1, there's ways to get her from the trash, obviously from the no option card. So you'll see her more often than you think. So that one Bellstar. Next, we're running one of the BT10 Beelzemon. And well, I forgot about my story with this Bellstar. So that little scenario that I did actually happened to me when I went to the Beelzemon Cup. And that's how I could have won. And my dumbass didn't really read Bellstar, and I was so into the moment and kind of really like, I was like, I got like, I had like 5 bodies on the board, and you know, I was gonna go for it. And I literally had 1 memory left. And I could have done exactly how I showed you guys, but I didn't see that, and then it cost me the game. And the guy that I was sitting next to, he's like, "Oh, you could have done this." I'm like, "Damn it!" So that was my little story with Bellstar, and bittersweet, bittersweet. Also, Creepymon against this deck for sure. For mirror matches is really really good. Creepymon, just you can Digivolve, and then if there's enough Digimons on the field, you trash the rest of their deck, and then you just end your turn and you win. That happened to me. That's how I lost 1 round. Anyway, this Beelzemon from BT10. On play and when Digivolving, you may trash the top 3 cards of your deck. Then, for every 10 cards in your trash, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. So, this card is actually nasty. It's kind of a pseudo of the secret rare Beelzemon BT1. However, this is better because you're trashing more than 1 depending on how many cards you have in your trash. If you have 20 cards in your trash, even if you have 17, you use the Impmon when you attack and you swing and you Digivolve into this one. And for example, let's say they have 2 Porcupamons. Digivolve, you got 20 in your trash after you trash from when Digivolving. Now you're popping both of those Porcupamons, and then your attack is going through. So it's really, really nice. It's such a good tech card. But what's really nice is this end of attack. Once per turn, for every 10 cards in your trash, gain 1 memory. Oh boy. Yes, yes, yes. And that's it for the level 6s. That's what I'm running. We'll get into a few combos with this one, obviously. And yeah, let's get into the level 7s. Level 7s. I'm really torn, but I'm going to change this. But right now, I'm running 2 of the Beelzemon, the new one. Talk about a pseudo hybrid for game for sure. If you let's say you had attacked, right? You trash from when you Digivolve. Now you can Digivolve into blast mode for 4. This one, what this does is when you have 20 cards in your trash, you gain 3 memory. So now it's going to go back to 0. And when Digivolving, he unsuspends himself. Whether you have 20 cards in the trash or not, he's going to unsuspend himself regardless. So it's kind of good if you don't want your Beelzemon to die. You can just Digivolve and pass turn, even if it leaves them at 1 or what have you. You will still unsuspend. Now here's the thing. Here's a little combo here. You swing with the Beelzemon, right? You Digivolve. You're going to put them at 3 from 1. You're going to unsuspend. You're going to go back to 0. You're going to attack again. And now you have the end of attack. For every 10 cards in your trash, you gain 1 memory. You have 20, now you're gaining 2 more. And now you could play something like, Ayamako, or you could play like a Death Slinger if you want to get rid of something. It's insane. The last thing I didn't talk about with this blast mode is when it gets trashed from your deck, you can delete one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon for every 10 cards and increases by 1 level. So also really good as well. Then, of course, last but not least, I'm playing one of the old school EX2 Beelzemon blast mode. And I think I'm going to change it into getting 2 of these and then just 1 of that. I'm seeing this Beelzemon more as of a hybrid for game, or kind of last swing for game, I should say. I really want to see this one more because you're able to just pop something, pop the highest level, and then for every 10 cards in your security, you get security attack +1. Also, when this one is trash, you get to delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower. So early game, if you don't have 10 10 cards in your trash yet, this gets trashed. It doesn't matter how many cards you have in your trash, you pop a level 4. As to where this one, you pop a level 3, and you need, for every 10 cards, you up it by 1 level. And obviously, like I said, when you Digivolve, delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the highest level. So a little quick story here. The champion of my Beelzemon Cup actually ran Mervamon in this deck, and it's so nasty. It's really nasty. And they were both undefeated. He had two Mervamons on the field. He had like 5 bodies on the board. This guy was able to clear the whole field, ending with Digivolving into Blast Mode and popping both of the Mervamons at the same time because they're both the same level. And it says all Digimon with the highest level. And then he was able to go ahead and swing, and he checks +2, 3 in total, or 4 in total. So 3 of those Blast Modes. Up next, we're going to get into Tamers, and we're going to 2 Iron Makos, Memory Set Tamer, and then when you attack with a Digimon, you may suspend this Tamer to trash the top card of your deck. Then if the Digimon that's attacking is Beelzemon, you may Digivolve into a Beelzemon Blast Mode in your trash for a dilution cost of 3. So the whole combo here is that people were kind of trying to figure out if they could do is if you're able to warp and then go into Blast Mode. And the answer is yes, you can. So you essentially, since they're all when attacking, you get to, as I said in the beginning of the video, you're able to trigger them in any order you want. So now here, let's say, again, going back to my example, I have 19 cards in the trash. Bam, I do that. I can trash 1, so now I have 20, or even if you have 18, 19. Now you can trash 1, now you go to 20. Now you can use Zemon's when attacking. We'll go into Beelzemon, just because this one's here, I'll use this one. Bam, you go into that Beelzemon. Right, and then you have to announce that you're triggering all these, so you have to suspend this before you do all that. And then you trash from here, and then you trash from Iron Mako, and now a Beelzemon that's in your trash, you can pick whichever one after that attack, or I'm sorry, before the attack even triggers. Now you go all the way into Blast Mode, right? And what's cool about this is it says end of attack, not when attacking. So this costs 3, you're at 2, you swing and you check +3, +4, whatever. End of attack, for every 10 you gain 1 memory. So now, bam, it's going to cost 2, or essentially 1. And of course, if you go into this one, he's going to cost 3 and you're just going to gain memory. You're going to finish that swing, you're going to unsuspend, or he unsuspends, you check, and then you're able to swing again. Really nasty. So you are able to do that, and you could see why I'm kind of conflicted, but a lot of people prefer this one. There's certain instances where I prefer this one. So that is why I run 2 Iron Makos. The new one is pretty good. However, I don't, I'm not even going to talk smack about it because it is a good tamer as well. It's just not a memory set tamer. However, that one, when you Digivolve, you can reveal a card, put it on top of your deck, you gain a memory, and I think you draw. So then when you attack, you trash that card that was revealed, but I thought to myself, okay, well, I'm already doing that with Wizardmon. It's kind of a pseudo effect of it. And I rather have these to trigger going all the way to Blast Mode in 1 turn. So that's all I'm running, just 2 of these Iron Makos. Let me know how they're working for you. A lot of people are running the new ones as well, and it works. I'm not saying it doesn't. Moving on to the options finally. I know I talked a lot, but I really wanted to get into this whole thing and kind of break it down a little bit. Or Death Slingers. This card is stupid. It's insane. These are Gaia Forces plus Hammer Spark put together. That's what they are. So when this card is trashed from your deck, gain 1 memory. Hammer Spark. Delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. For every 10 cards in your trash, add 1 to the maximum level to pop. You just play this for 4, you're popping level 4. If you have 10 cards, just 10 cards, and seeing how the deck performs or how it is, you're going to have more than 10, even up to 20 easily. So now for a play cost of 4, you're popping a level 6. That's insane. And then of course a security effect, if it gets flipped, you just activate the main effect and now you're popping something for free. Pop a level 6 for free. Obviously, you're not really going to get into level 7s that you're going to pop. And that is why I like that blast mode, because it just releases the highest level. Pretty much it for Deathslinger, running 4. And then last but not least, we're doing 3 of the Rivals Barrage. So Rivals Barrage, when I was reading this card, I was kind of confused on how it worked. I'm like, okay, how does it work? Because it says when this card is trashed from your deck, you may place it in the battle area. It has 2 main effects. It says delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest level. And it says main delay. Return 1 purple Digimon card or Tamer from your trash to your hand. So it's kind of like those memory boosts, right? The trick here is, or not the trick, but the wording here is, it says if you play it from your hand, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest level. Period. That's it. After that, it's gone. So it's essentially kind of like a Gaia Force or whatever you want to think about as a removal card. The main delay, that only triggers when it gets trashed from the deck, right? Because it says when this card is trashed from your deck, place it on the battle area. And now that's when you trigger the delay portion of it. But you have to wait till your turn is over, right? Or a whole turn passes. You can't just play it. Let's say you trash it on your turn and you play it and you play it. You can't do that. You have to, now if your opponent for some reason trashes it from your deck and now it's your turn, now you can activate it. And then the security effect is delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest level. So again, that's awesome. So it's kind of like blast modes in the security, I should say. The reason why I'm running 3, and the reason why I told you it really didn't matter how many of these Bell Stars you have or even these, is if this is already trashed from your deck and it's here, you can pop this and you can add Bellstar, right? If you need Bellstar for that last swing, play that, trash something, get an imp on there, and now swing for game. You can do that. So these cards allow you to get those cards when you need them. So I love it because these kind of help you not worry about, damn, my Bellstar got trashed, or cards that you can't get back from the trash using Emmon's effect. And the fact that you could get a Tamer card or a purple Digimon is really nasty. So even if your Ayamakos get trashed, and let's say you trash one of these, they leave you at 1, or they keep memory choking you. Like, okay, I'm gonna use a Rivals Barrage, get Ayamako from the trash because they got trashed, play it for 4, bam, and now you're kind of setting yourself up to go into Turbo Blast mode. This was a very kind of lengthy video. I really wanted to kind of break it down. I hope you guys did like it. If you guys want me to be more in depth like this, let me know down in the comments below. And also, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys on the next video.